Poppy the squirrel loved Willowbrook. It was her home, a place filled with magic and wonder. Every morning, she would wake up to the sound of birds chirping and the gentle rustle of leaves. The forest was always alive with activity, and Poppy felt a deep connection to every tree, every stream, and every creature that called Willowbrook home. It was always sunny, and she played with her friends. They would chase each other through the trees, play hide and seek in the tall grass, and splash in the cool, clear streams. Poppy's best friends were Finn the hedgehog and Ruby the rabbit. They were an inseparable trio, always ready for the next adventure. Finn the hedgehog was grumpy but kind, and Ruby the rabbit was very fast. Finn had a tough exterior, but those who knew him well understood that he had a heart of gold. Ruby, on the other hand, was always full of energy, darting here and there, never able to sit still for long. Together, they balanced each other out perfectly. They had many adventures together. From exploring hidden caves to climbing the tallest trees, there was never a dull moment in Willowbrook. Each day brought a new discovery, a new challenge, and a new story to tell. The bond they shared grew stronger with each adventure, and they knew they could always count on each other.
"Look what I found!" Poppy exclaimed one sunny afternoon, her eyes wide with excitement. She held up a shiny acorn, its surface glinting in the sunlight. It was unlike any acorn she had ever seen before.
One day, Poppy found a shiny acorn. She'd been foraging for food when she stumbled upon it, half buried in the soft earth. As she picked it up, she felt a strange sensation, as if the acorn was humming with energy. It was bigger than the others and shimmered in the sunlight. The acorn seemed to glow with a light of its own, casting tiny rainbows on the ground around it. Poppy couldn't take her eyes off it. Finn ambled over, skeptical as always. He peered at the acorn, his brow furrowed. "What's so special about this acorn?" he grumbled, though there was a hint of curiosity in his voice.
"It's just an acorn, Poppy," Finn said, trying to sound unimpressed. But even he couldn't deny that there was something different about this acorn.
"But it's so sparkly," Poppy insisted, her eyes shining with excitement. She turned the acorn over in her paws, marveling at its beauty.
Poppy held the acorn tight. She could feel a strange energy emanating from it, a gentle hum that seemed to resonate with her very soul. It was as if the acorn was alive and it had chosen her for a special purpose. She felt a strange energy from it. It buzzed with a faint hum. The sensation was both exhilarating and comforting, and Poppy knew that this acorn was no ordinary find. She knew this was no ordinary acorn. It was special, and it had a story to tell. Poppy couldn't wait to uncover the secrets of the shiny acorn and share them with her friends. Little did she know this acorn would lead them on the greatest adventure of their lives. Poppy, Finn, and Ruby decided to show the acorn to Old Man Willow. He was the wisest creature in Willowbrook and lived in the Whispering Woods. The woods were dark and mysterious, with trees whispering secrets in the wind.
"The acorn hums. It's a time seed,"
the three friends gasped. "A time seed? What was that?"
"This seed holds the power of the time tree. It can take you through time."
Their eyes widened in astonishment. Following Old Man Willow's instructions, they journeyed deeper into the woods. The time seed glowed brighter with each step. Finally, they reached a clearing, and there it stood, the time tree. It was magnificent, with its bark swirling with patterns of stardust and moonlight. The time seed pulsed with warmth in Poppy's paw.
"It's calling us. The time seed wants to return."
Poppy felt a pull towards the tree. Poppy touched the time seed to the tree. A blinding flash. Everything spun. When they opened their eyes, Willowbrook was gone. Giant ferns towered over them, and the ground trembled. A colossal dinosaur lumbered past, its footsteps shaking the earth. They were in the past.
"Amazing!"
Ruby cried, her nose twitching. Finn, though, looked terrified.
"We need to get back to our own time."
Section 5, Dinosaur Dilemma.
They saw a baby dinosaur trapped near a bubbling mud pit.
It cried out for its mother.
"We have to help!"
"Teamwork!" shouted Poppy.
Ruby distracted the mother dinosaur with her speed.
Finn, surprisingly strong, pushed a fallen log towards the baby.
Poppy used her small size to wriggle through the ferns and guide the baby to safety.
The grateful mother dinosaur nuzzled them gently.
They had worked together and saved the day, but how would they get back to their own time? Section 6. Back to the present peril.
The time seed pulsed, bathing them in light.
They squeezed their eyes shut.
When they opened them, they were back in the present. But something was wrong.
Willowbrook was dark and desolate.
The flowers were wilted.
The trees were bare. Where was the sunshine and laughter?
They rushed to Old Man Willow's clearing, but Old Man Willow was gone.
A chilling laughter echoed through the woods.
The time seed pulled them towards the time tree once more. This time, they landed in a dazzling city of the future. Flying vehicles zoomed through the sky. Buildings touched the clouds.
But something feels off.
The city was eerily silent. There were no animals, no laughter, only machines and screens. A giant screen flashed a message. All happiness extracted. Mission successful.
Extracted? What does it mean?
Who was responsible for this bleak future? Suddenly, a dark, shadowy figure emerged from behind a holographic tree. It cackled, its voice like crackling thorns.
Foolish creatures, I am the shadow, and I will drain all happiness from time itself.
The shadow explained its evil plan. It would travel through time, stealing joy and leaving behind darkness. It had already taken Old Man Willow and was draining the happiness from every time period.
We have to stop it, no matter how scary it seems. We have to be brave.
The time seed pulsed rapidly, responding to the shadow's dark energy. It was as if the seed had a life of its own, glowing brighter and brighter with each passing second. The air around it crackled with anticipation, and the ground beneath it began to tremble. The shadow, sensing the growing power, tried to envelop the seed in darkness, but the seed's light was too strong. It pushed back, creating a barrier of shimmering energy that kept the shadow at bay. The heroes watched in awe, knowing that this was their chance to turn the tide of the battle. It created a time twister, a swirling vortex of temporal energy. The vortex grew larger and more intense, pulling in everything around it, trees, rocks, and even the very air seemed to be drawn into its powerful spin. The heroes could feel the pull, but they stood their ground, determined to harness the energy for their cause. The time twister was not just a weapon, it was a force of nature, capable of bending time and space to its will. The heroes knew they had to act quickly before the shadow could regain its strength.
Watch out! We need to use our skills. The heroes quickly huddled together, formulating a plan. Each of them had unique abilities that could be used to their advantage. They knew that only by working together could they hope to defeat the shadow. The leader of the group, with a determined look in their eyes, gave the signal and they sprang into action. Their movements were synchronized, each hero playing their part in the grand scheme. They had trained for this moment, and now it was time to put their skills to the test.
Poppy used her agility to dodge the shadow's attacks. She moved with the grace of a dancer, her every step calculated and precise. The shadow lashed out with tendrils of darkness, but Poppy was always one step ahead. She leaped and twirled, her movements a blur as she evaded each strike. Her agility was not just a physical trait, it was a testament to her training and determination. She knew that one wrong move could mean the end, but she never faltered. Her confidence was unwavering, and it inspired her teammates to push harder. Finn, surprisingly nimble, rolled into a ball, knocking the shadow off balance. His ability to transform into a rolling ball was both a defensive and offensive maneuver. As he barreled towards the shadow, he picked up speed, becoming a blur of motion. The impact was powerful, sending the shadow reeling. Finn quickly unrolled and prepared for another attack. His nimbleness was a stark contrast to his usual laid-back demeanor, showing that he was a force to be reckoned with when the situation demanded it. His actions bought the team precious time to regroup and strategize. Ruby, quick as a lightning bolt, zipped around the shadow, confusing it. Her speed was unmatched, and she used it to her advantage, creating after-images that bewildered the shadow. It lashed out in frustration, but Ruby was always just out of reach. Her movements were a blur, and she seemed to be everywhere at once. The Shadow's confusion grew and it became more erratic in its attacks. Ruby's strategy was working. The Shadow was losing its focus, making it vulnerable to the team's coordinated efforts. Her speed was not just a physical attribute, it was a symbol of her relentless spirit and determination. Working together, they used the Time Twister's energy against the Shadow, weakening it with each spin. The heroes combined their powers, channeling the energy of the Time Twister into a focused attack. Each spin of the vortex drained the Shadow's strength, and the heroes could see it weakening before their eyes. Their teamwork was seamless, each hero playing a crucial role in the battle. They communicated with gestures and shouts, their bond evident in their coordinated efforts. The Time Twister was their ally, and they wielded its power with precision and skill. The Shadow's defeat was within their grasp, and they pressed on with renewed determination.
No! This can't be happening! The Shadow's voice was filled with disbelief and rage. It had never encountered such resistance before, and the realization that it was losing was unbearable. The hero's relentless assault had pushed it to the brink, and it could feel its power slipping away. The Shadow's form began to waver, its once imposing presence now a mere shadow of its former self. The heroes could see the fear in its eyes, and they knew that victory was within their reach. The Shadow's cries echoed through the battlefield, a testament to the hero's strength and determination.
The Shadow shrieked in fury as its power diminished. Its once formidable attacks were now weak and ineffective. The heroes' combined efforts had drained it of its strength, and it was now a mere shell of its former self. The Time Twister's energy continued to swirl around it, further weakening its resolve. The Shadow's shrieks grew louder, a final desperate attempt to regain control, but it was too late. The heroes had won. The battlefield fell silent as the Shadow's form dissipated into nothingness. The heroes stood victorious, their faces filled with relief and triumph. They had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable. With a final burst of light, the Shadow vanished. The darkness that had loomed over Willowbrook for so long was finally gone. The heroes stood in awe, their hearts pounding with the realization of their victory. They had faced their fears, battled the unknown, and emerged victorious. The air was filled with a sense of relief and triumph. The once ominous clouds that had covered the sky were now replaced with a clear blue expanse. It was a new dawn for Willowbrook, a dawn of hope and renewal. The Time Twister spat them back into the present. They tumbled out of the portal, landing in a heap on the soft grass. Laughter bubbled up as they helped each other to their feet, brushing off the remnants of their journey. The portal shimmered behind them before closing with a soft pop, leaving them in the familiar surroundings of their beloved town. The journey through time had been perilous, but it had also strengthened their bond. They were not just friends, they were a team united by their shared adventure. Willowbrook was bathed in sunshine once more. The golden rays kissed the treetops and danced on the surface of the river. Birds sang melodies of joy, and the gentle breeze carried the sweet scent of blooming flowers. It was as if nature itself was celebrating their victory. The town, which had been shrouded in gloom, now sparkled with life and colour. The residents of Willowbrook emerged from their homes, their faces lighting up with smiles as they took in the transformed landscape. The flowers bloomed, the trees swayed. Everywhere they looked, there was a burst of colour and life. The gardens that had withered under the Shadow's influence were now vibrant and full of energy. Bees buzzed from flower to flower, and butterflies fluttered their delicate wings. It was a scene of pure, unadulterated beauty. The heroes walked through the town, marveling at the transformation. Each step they took was a reminder of the hard-fought battle they had won. Old Man Willow greeted them with a warm smile. His eyes twinkled with pride and gratitude. "You did it," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "You saved Willowbrook." The heroes felt a surge of pride. They had not only saved their town, but had also restored hope to its people. Old Man Willow's words were a testament to their bravery and determination. They had faced the darkness and emerged victorious, and now they were being celebrated as the heroes they truly were.
We did it! We saved Willowbrook! The words rang out, filled with joy and triumph. The heroes hugged each other, their faces beaming with happiness. They had faced incredible odds and had come out on top. The sense of accomplishment was overwhelming. They had not only saved their town, but had also proven to themselves that they were capable of great things. The celebration was a testament to their hard work, courage, and unwavering spirit.
They were heroes. They had saved Willowbrook and all of time from the shadow's darkness. Their names would be remembered in the annals of history. The town would tell stories of their bravery for generations to come. They had not only changed the course of their own lives, but had also altered the destiny of Willowbrook. The future was now bright and full of promise. The heroes stood tall, knowing that they had made a difference. They had fought for what was right and had emerged victorious. As they enjoyed the warmth of the sun on their faces, they understood. The present moment was precious. They had been given a second chance, and they were determined to make the most of it. The sun's rays felt like a gentle reminder of the light they had brought back to their town. They had faced the darkness and had emerged into the light. The journey had been long and arduous, but it had been worth every step. They had learned the true value of friendship, courage, and hope, and it was a moment best shared with friends. They had faced the trials together and had come out stronger. The bond they shared was unbreakable. They knew that no matter what the future held, they would always have each other. The journey had taught them that true strength comes from unity, and that together they could overcome any obstacle. As they stood there, basking in the warmth of the sun and the joy of their victory, they knew that this was just the beginning of many more adventures to come.